Facebook group. And now Facebook deletes it after about 3 weeks, actually. But yeah, at least we've got it in multiple places. It's all over the place. Go live, just check it's appearing in the group. So, yeah, live on YouTube, live in Zoom. You are not projected onto YouTube or Zoom. You are on a separate laptop, so I don't accidentally project you onto YouTube or Zoom. And pin to featured. There, we're live everywhere. Good morning, everybody. All right, make sure I go into that one so that that doesn't go on sleep mode. I think we're ready. Good morning, everybody. I will go and sit over there. Lulu has taken charge of the class this morning. She's decided we're doing downward facing dog. I'll just tip that camera slightly. Thank you, Lulu, for letting me line up with you. There we are. Let's move your... Go on, over you go. Good girl. Go on. Good morning, good morning. It's very nice to see you. I actually attended, I think I've taken the camera too much, a Lujon class at 7, and I literally had to tip out of bed. And in fact, I shouldn't point it out to you actually, but that's jam. It is jam. And I thought, oh, perhaps I should wash it off. And then I thought, then I'll end up with like mega jam. So I'll wash it off afterwards. And now I've put this in a live stream on YouTube and in Zoom and in the Facebook group. But hey ho, this is the nature of being human, is having very early morning toast and jam in bed and dropping it down yourself. And perhaps there's a lesson there about self-compassion or toast, one of the two, or both. Maybe there's a lesson in both, but I like having toast in bed. Tea and toast in bed is a bit of a lovely start to the day. Take a moment and arrive yourself. Notice where you are. Maybe have a look round. Look at your ceiling or the sky if you're outside. The colour, the texture, the sights that ceiling has seen, the layers of paint, effort. That ceiling could tell stories. Number of people in different houses watching people come and go. Notice what you can hear. People beginning their day. Notice what you can smell and taste. And then notice you. Notice where you're supported on the ground, either under your hips or if you're lying in bed still. You might be snuggled up in bed under a blanket. You might be at your office desk. Notice how you are nervous systeming right now. What do I mean? Are you activated, anxious? Are you calm, relaxed? Are you feeling a little bit sludgy? And notice your breath. Following the cycle, the circle, the spiral of your breath. And then have a little bit of movement to awaken and also to remind your body that you are whole. Oh yeah, that's where my legs are. That's where my shoulders are. And then settle in a place of balance where your body is supporting your body. Take a breath in, and as you release it, bring softness through your shoulders, your chest, your belly. And bring to mind a person, past or present, an event, a pet, a time that makes you feel good. If you're in the Zoom room, you might take a sneaky peek at gallery view. There's some sneaky peeks going on. And then let that go. What do you need today? What does your body need? What does your breath need? What does your mind need? I think we did this last week. We'll start with some of the 5 elements massage. So fire is first, and it's a rub so that there is a bit of friction under your skin. It's like it can wake your body up a little bit, give it a bit of extra energy. Your chest. Oh, sorry, that was the microphones I just gave extra energy to. Down your legs, a little bit of a firm rub, a bit of friction, and pause. And then earth. Earth is a tap and a bit of a sort of like a little shake, but no friction, no movement over the skin, but firm. It's not painful, but it's definitely more firm. Knowing where your arms are, where your legs are. And then wind is like a light tickle, a bit playful. Little bit of adventure and joy. Tickling. Actually, I'm very ticklish. I can't have anybody else tickle my tummy at all. Find it incredibly uncomfortable, but it's all right myself. And then my favorite is water. Long strokes, firm and away, flowing. I love watching waves. I love watching water of any kind, actually. If you see water flowing over rocks, and the strength and firmness in the flow. And then space. Have a little wiggle, have a little jiggle. Feel into your space. You can do a micro wiggle and jiggle. Bring a bit of energy if you wish. Always finding the version that's right for you. So you may be in any place. You may be in bed still, tucked up, and that is fine as well. You can visualize any movement, or you can make micro versions of any movement. Pausing to notice how you feel. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're done. Maybe you'll switch off and walk away, and that's the beginning for you. But we can move on to letting the breath move your arms. So imagining as though the breath is extending through your arms and bringing expansion. And if you're lying in bed, you can move a tiny bit. Bringing the breath, letting the breath lift your arms or your fingers or your chest. And moving in time with your breath. There is no right way to do this. There is no way it's supposed to look. Finding where it feels nourishing. And taking some awareness to your feet and toes. Maybe have a wiggle of your toes. And a circle at your ankles. Bringing a tiny bit of awakeness to your feet, your ankles. And then your legs. You might bend and stretch. It might be tiny again. Each side. I've got a slight ache going on. I don't know if I'd be doing a lot more than normal or just something else. Because those of us with health challenges and things, we never know. Is it because I did something or is it just me? Your fingers and hands. Maybe watch them as they turn. Let them choose where they go. So they're exploring the air. And let that movement move into the arms. And again, if you're lying in bed, you can take the tiniest movements of your fingertips, or you can imagine There is no, perfect. There is no requirement. Oh, I found myself moving into a cat-cow. And so there's an invitation for you to have a little bit of movement with the chest opening, the chest rounding. You might tilt your pelvis, lift the chin a little, open the chest, round through the spine, chin to chest. Or you might take the tiniest of movements, or even just pelvic tilts if you're lying in bed. And then some circles, stirring the pot. And this actually brings in all sorts of muscles through your trunk. My Luzhong teacher has been, actually a week ago, I think we were talking about the tree, and then my Luzhong teacher was talking about the tree. That's synchronicity for you. And we are like a tree, and our trunk is strong. And the other way, if you're going in one direction. And if you didn't do it, just make sure you had a bit of movement at the hips if you're going to stand up, or if you're going to lie down, actually, because I'm going to invite a little hip movement. So let's get it warm. And then I'm coming to standing, but as ever, you can stay seated, lying down, whatever feels good. Pause and notice. Notice your feet on the ground, that connection with the earth again, that strength going down, that strength rising up, and coming back to the breath moving your arms. And again, your speed. Doesn't have to look a particular way. Maybe letting your eyes follow. Breath, arms up. Eyes, arms down. You might want to come onto your toes. Careful if you're moving your eyes. I'm a bit wobbly, and it makes me a bit more wobbly, but doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. It's all right to wobble. Wobbles are fine. Wobbles are human. In all senses. One more. And you might stay on your toes. You might not. If you're lying in bed, you can point your toes when we're doing this. Notice if you're wobbling. My ceiling, when I used to be in the shed at this point, I used to be able to hold on to the ceiling, but the ceiling here is far too high. I can't reach it. And let it go. Have a little shimmy, a little wiggle. We'll come back to tree as we keep doing. Because I'm challenging my balance, you are. I tell you all the time, you get what my body needs. It's not quite that rigid, but you know. So shift the weight and don't sink the hip. We're not in a nightclub. And let the other leg swing. So you've got that external rotation at the hip joint. You can do this lying down as well. Let knee bend a little and swing out. And then bring heel to ankle. You might stay there. You might hold on to something. You might lean against a wall. You might take the foot higher. I think I'll leave it there today. Hands might come to heart center, or you might grow branches. They might move in the breeze. And I might have a little moment, a wobbly, higher one. Whoa. And let it go. And notice one leg compared to the other. Always curious about that warmth that spreads through the standing leg that was standing. Swap sides, shift the weight, but don't sink. Shift. Let that other leg be free. Heel to ankle. Slide the foot up. Find your drishti, something to look at. Find your tree. Hands to heart or Grow your branches. Even here, you might find the breath lengthens your tree. Beautiful. And let it go. Have a shimmy, have a shake. Okay, we're going to invite a pigeon of various kinds. You might be lying down in bed, you might be standing up, you might be sitting in a chair. I'll show you all. Standing up, again, shifting the weight. And bringing, you might cross your toes over and keep the toes on the ground. One version. You might take them higher across the knee like a figure 4. If you're sitting down, you might cross. You might literally take your foot onto the opposite thigh, but it might be lower down. It doesn't matter where it is. If you're lying down, you do exactly the same. So cross ankle or over thigh, hands to heart, and you might even bring a little bend to the knee. You might not. If you're lying down, I'll just show you. That's a nice version. And you can lift the foot off the ground. So it's an ankle or over knee, encouraging the upper thigh away. Whichever feels good. I'll do one more standing one. Cross, slide up, encouraging this thigh open. Ooh. And let it go. Have a shake, have a wibble. Swap sides. Shift the weight if you're standing, not dropping. And cross, lift, whatever feels good. Some lovely yawns in the Zoom room. And let that go. Have a shimmy, have a shake, and we're going to come into star pose and do a balancing star. Lots of balance this morning. I don't know where that came from. Stepping the feet out. If you're lying in bed, stretching the feet out, stretching the arms out. If you're lying back in a chair, stretching out feet or arms. And you can bring them in and out. Sending sprinkles out through your fingertips. If you're standing up, you can come into a, see, I was getting ready to go then, into a balancing star, shifting the weight. And shifting the weight. And shifting the weight. You fancy that then? Some stars going on in the Zoom room. Beautiful. Couple more, if you're willing, if your body is willing to be with you. And yeah, whatever position you're in. Beautiful. Shimmy and shake. And then come down, find somewhere comfy. You can sit, you can lie, you can walk. Have a short meditation. Letting your awareness come back to your body, because it escapes, you know, when we do things, it escapes, it runs away. Bring it back into you. Noticing your breath. Again, that cycle, it might be slightly different. It might be bigger and faster than when you noticed your breath at the beginning. And then following the breath. So noticing the breath at your nostrils, your mouth. The delicate nature of the breath. and following it through your mouth, your nose, the passages, down into your lungs, bringing expansion to your lungs. You might intentionally help your chest expand. You might intentionally let your belly be soft and expand, supporting the breath. Imagine that breath spreading out through the chest, not just the lungs, but through the heart, through the ribs, the muscles. Because it is. The oxygen leaves your breath. It's carried in the blood, spreads to all your tissues. So spreading out, bringing nourishment through the whole of the chest. And softening. Following the breath, entering the body, filling the lungs and filling the belly and the pelvis. Right down to the pelvic floor. Bringing expansion, nourishment. Softening with ease. Following the breath from the outside world. Down into the chest, the belly, the pelvis, and filling each leg right down to the tip of each toe. Breathing in, feeling expansion, feeling nourishment. Breathing out, feeling softness, ease. Following the breath, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the legs, the feet, and filling the arms, the whole of each arm right down to the fingertips. Breathing in with expansion, with nourishment. Breathing out with softness, ease. Following the breath, filling the whole body. From the outside world, filling the chest, the belly, the pelvis, the legs, the arms, the head. Breathing in with expansion, bringing nourishment. Breathing out with softness, with ease. Letting your awareness stay with the breath, filling the body. And then taking a deeper breath. Letting the tissues expand, your lungs expand, your belly expand, your arms, your legs. You might reach and stretch. Bringing a little movement, a little sway or a wiggle. And what intention might you take into your day? Maybe to pause and be. Notice, what do you want? What do you need? Thank you for joining us. I'm going to stand up, have a little wiggle, wake up. I'm going to stop the live stream and go and check in with the Zoom room. Thank you. Remember to stop this first.